Okay, so in the last video we went through how Joomla handles the home page or the front page, title tags, H1s, H2s, and all of that. So you're going to need to make sure that your template, it's going to be template specific because it's the CSS file that's going to affect how that works out. So regarding your front page at least. So you want to make sure that regardless of what template you use, you're going to need to do some kind of SEO investigation to see how it's rendering title tags and H1s and H2s. Now, here's where you put the information in, right? So we're putting the title of our article here. We can put an H1 inside our article very easily, simply by highlighting the text and calling it an H1, and that'll put it on the page. Then if I need an H2 further down the page, I can simply highlight text and put an H2. So you can create your own on page like this. But what's interesting is that you're going to need to know how your template renders it kind of out of the box. So when we're on the actual home page of this website, and all we did was take the default installation of Joomla and swap out a template. Now we know that the default installation of Joomla doesn't even assign H1 or H2s to the home page. However, this specific Rocket theme template as of 2009 does. So this was back in June of June of 2009. So when we analyze the page and look at the page elements, we can see that obviously it's assigning an H1 and an H2. So it's looking at this and saying, okay, the insert keyword here, I'm going to make the H1 and the title, and if I unpublish the title on the home page, then I don't have an H1. So that means I would need to create one within my article. But it's also assigning an H2 tag to the title of my article, so that's kind of strange. And again, this is all in the CSS. But so let's go to the typical, or let's go right into the article itself and go into the web page. So now we're actually on the web page. The title of our web page is Joomla Community Portal. So we can go in and look at the analyze the page, and we'll see some interesting results too, because it's still not giving us an H1. So what this specific template is doing is it's keeping that tag, the title of the article, as an H2. It's making it the page title. It's pulling in the global description because we haven't assigned a custom description or keywords to this page, which is fine because if we did, it would have them here. It would overwrite. But I don't like this fact this H1 is not found. So in this instance, what we would do, or suggest that one would do, is to come to the actual article, save it, and give it your own H1 and your own H2 inside, or maybe even an H3 since we already have an H2, knowing that it's labeling the title of our article as an H2 tag, that we would come in and change it ourselves basically. So we have an H1, an H2, and an H3, and make sure that there's keywords in each of them. Preferably the same keyword. You want to be optimizing one page for one keyword ideally. So if the title of this was Joomla Community, that was our keyword. It's okay to have Joomla Community Portal in the H2. In the H1, maybe we would put Joomla Community here. Here it is. This entire H1 tag has Joomla Community in it again. The H1 tag also has some anchor text with a link, so that's good as well. And then our H3 would have the Joomla Community Magazine. So that's okay to do as well. Again, this page would be optimized for Joomla Community, would probably rank fairly well for it over time. So again, it's template specific when it comes to the SEO, but all you have to do is just do a real quick look through the code. If you're looking through the source code, to find and search for your H1, search for an H2, figure out what Joomla or what field Joomla is labeling as your H1 or H2, and see where it's pulling the title from. The alias is regarding the search engine friendly URL, so we're obviously going to put Joomla Community up front, and put more text back here if we needed to. So and that's just for the search engine friendly URL that's going to render in the search engines, and if people use it for backlinks and things like this if it shows up. So in the next one we'll talk about more of the menus and SEO. Thanks.